Assalamualaikum and have a good day everyone. We are from Group B3 would like to present in Petronas problem solving activity. Before that, I would like to introduce all of my group members. Firstly, Nur Alia binti Muhammad Hussein 256228, Nur Hazikah binti Omar 265638, Anjay Shi 270226, Lau Pupui 271931, and lastly Muhammad Alif Qardawi bin Abang Abdullah 274033. Basically, this is our poster look like. First, we have issue, trust and leadership, challenges and recommendations, and lastly we have implication part.
Firstly, introduction of the poster is one in each of the massive company in Malaysia that is Petronas play an important leadership role. Petronas is that the short for Petroleum Nasional Berhad. It actually was founded on the 17th of August 1974 as an incorporated company. It had been completely owned and controlled by the government of Malaysia. Petronas has involved within the entire petroleum activities, while leadership is the art of inspiring a span of people in an overwhelming circumstance to act towards achieving shared goals. Leadership is the potential to affect the behavior of others. It is also defined because of the capacity to influence a gaze towards the achievement of a goal.
So I will explain for the issue part. Okay, as we can know, trust and leadership are two things that related to each other, where trust is primary attribute that related with leadership. So the issue that have been chosen is trust and leadership issue in Petronas, where this issue occur when Tan Sri Wan Zulkifli Wan Arifin, the CEO of Petronas, resigned because he did not agree with the amendment of Petroleum Development Act 1974 while under his supervision. This issue became a question mark as Tan Sri Wan Zulkifli worked with Petronas for almost 37 years and became the CEO for nearly 5 years. Why he did not agree? This is because the amendment can benefit Sabah and Sarawak, where they will get only 5% oil royalty from Petronas but only contributing 60% of oil and natural gas revenue. For the political aspect, the initiative by the National Alliance government to pursue the warisan state of government led by its Chief Minister Datuk Seri Shafiq Abdal to lift Pakatan Harapan at that time to gain support. Besides that, the additional payment, which is the plan to pay sales tax of 2 billion ringgit Malaysia to Sarawak state, raises question as the country faces the COVID-19 virus, especially as Malaysia is trying to build a reputation due to 1MDB scandal. So from this, we can see that if there is a party who want to change the act, it will affect the clarity of conscience after carrying out the trust, the responsibility with honesty and honor. So as Tan Sri Wan Zulkifli said, if you hang on to trust, you will face conflicting choices and difficult decisions.
Next is the challenges that Petronas has to take for their leadership. Firstly, it is the leadership attribution. Tengku Muhammad Taufik has to be calm in managing his employees in handling the organisation during the pandemic. Since most of the employees are working remotely from home, he needs to come out with a solution in order for his employees not to be unmotivated when doing their work at home. So in order for him to motivate and make a good appearance to his employees, he can maintain regular schedule where he can meet his subordinates regularly to keep updated with the workforce. Not only that, since virtual meetings are quite tough to handle, he can put more times in making sure everyone is prepared. The second point is communication. Communication is a key to a successful organization. Without having a good communication between a leader and employees, it can make the employees to be unable and unwilling to do their work. So with communication being the critical role that plays in the workforce, a well-planned explanation and agenda made by him can help to reduce fears and panics in finishing the employees' tasks. Last but not least, the challenge that he has to take is striking a balance between meeting the social agendas of national oil firm and making sure the company's sovereign rating is intact. For example, as of September 2020, the company remains a solid of financial position despite the pandemic and movement control order, which is the MCO, that is happening in Malaysia. This shows that the company is doing well under his supervision. The former president of Petronas also claimed that he is a very nice and principled person, which shows how a great leader he is to the company. This also shows how focused and decisive he is in managing and handling his subordinates, in making sure the company become stronger than before, as well as achieving their goals.
Next, I will continue with recommendation to overcome the trust and leadership issue. Firstly, by creating a bottom-up approach, it resulted in refreshing strategy focused on feedback obtained around the company and user instead of collecting top-down condemnation. This method would ask people what they think through a series of surveys and face-to-face interview. Moreover, this leader recognized that development in revolutionary technology sets their company besides rivals. They are optimistic, which provide them with an edge when dealing with the uncertainty of Industry 4.0, since more companies would be better equipped to adopt disruptive innovation. It will encourage people to trust leadership to fulfill their obligation. Secondly, by social hire approach, it makes some leaders emerge for the desire to do well through doing better. These corporate tops thinks about social intervention to be necessary to their company, and their excitement about making social impact affects their perspective in various ways. They were more likely to say that their workforce makeup was ready for digital change. Leaders are persuaded that any company that wants to play a part in the fourth industrial revolution or the recent change will need to explore innovative ways to handle and inspire the foreign group of information workers that will be such a significant aspect of the group. Thirdly, by seek opportunity to work together. It is significant both inside and outside the community or organization. Involve as many people in the organization decision to ensure they influence what they do. The more they trust their work and company, the more productive it will be as a leader. Find common ground with other people with similar desires. Many people find reflection or other sorts of personality useful in knowing themselves and coping through progress. For example, artificial intelligence mobile application replace help desk staff. Leader and staff will use this as visual as people use more accessible shared economy application. By using this app, we can see the link between people in the organization to work together.
Lastly, there are advantages and disadvantages for implication part. First, the advantage of bottom-up approach is buying employees that make them involved in the organizational and interest in company future success, while the disadvantage of bottom-up approach is company will become ego-driven because of the self-conflict when the employee is disagree with the decision making, and this will affect the working environment and then interfere the workflow and the productivity. Secondly, the advantage of social hire approach enables company to know how others affect actions. Based on migrant experiment, employees' behavior will affect by the presence of people in authority and extreme working environment. When the working environment changes, the employees' behavior will also get affected. While the disadvantage is company will overlook the effect of employees' behavior variations. This is no explanation on why employees in any particular social context are different from anticipated norms. Lastly, the advantage is using seek opportunities to work together can train the creativity and learning ability of the employees. This will enhance the exchange of organizational information and avoid obsolete views from employees that are always working solo, because team creativity can improve better than working solo.
In conclusion, the issue exists in Petronas is the president and chief executive of Petronas with Malaysia's oil company because he disagreed with an amendment when under his supervision, even though he is responsible to all the tasks given and strict to his leadership principle. Therefore, there are some suggestions to solve this issue, such as creating a bottom-up approach result in a revising strategy focused on feedback obtained around the company and users instead of collecting top-down condemnations. As a result, Petronas exists some issues and challenges in leadership and structure that influence the development of company and structure between employees. However, the suggestions are given able to solve the problem efficiently. That's all from us. Thank you.